Hello and welcome to the first ever session of Fly Free or Die, Starfinder pre-written adventure path. I hope you all enjoy, and we can have a lot of fun and adventures. I think I'm going to do the intro on your ship.
Yes.
Now, you are aboard the BD-514, a small transport vessel. And I'm going to go down the line and just ask PieGuy, if you would mind introducing your character, telling me who you are and where you would be on the ship and what you're doing. And that goes for everyone.
am playing Big Bear. He's a big bear. He is an uplifted bear. He is a big fella, quite literally the large size category, because Starfinder's awesome. He is a, what's the class called? Vanguard. He is, I have a description in my head. He is, you guys know Kodiak bears, how they're kind of like light blonde but brown at the same time. He's kind of like, he's kind of that color. Like, he's kind of lightish, like blonde with a little bit of brown fur. He's like 8-9 feet tall. Humongous bear. He's a bear. Do I need to describe a bear?
No, I love bear.
He's a bear.
We love Big Bear.
He's got like space overalls on. And he's got a giant ass excavation drill that he carries with him all the time. And I'm going to go for the joke answer, and he's probably in the lavatory.
Okay. Let's...
And complaining that it's way too small for him, and it's like a airplane bathroom.
It very much is. I've placed you down. You are squeezing. Of course, your token is set for combat size, so you are significantly smaller than that. However, it's a tough fit. It is not made for large creatures. Next up, we have Alantes. Same deal. Tell me about your character and where they would be on the ship and what they're doing.
I would say that Orion would be coming back in from the airlock right about now. They really like to take frequent trips out in the void and just hang out, look out at the stars when they're not actively on a job. They are a living hologram. Opaque in nature, but deep, dark, nigh black skin. They definitely toe the line in compliance with what Edge Corp allows to count as a uniform. Dozens of piercings, white ink tattoos showing up on their skin. If you spent any time with them, you've known them to almost daily change appearance, switch out a holographic piercing or two, restructure their face if they're feeling like it that day. But they'd be coming back in, re-engaging with the gravity, and happy to be there.
Wonderful. So you are coming into the airlock after having a spacewalk. Big Bear is sitting on the toilet. Next up, we have Pepper. Tell me about your PC.
Hello. My PC is a Damaya Lashunta named Soriall. And Soriall would probably be in whatever, like the common area or kitchen or whatever that would be. Maybe sitting having a cup of whatever is the closest to decent tea that we can get on our ship. And it's funny you mention sort of maybe not complying necessarily with company regs in terms of uniform or what have you, because if anyone told Soriall that there was a uniform, she would probably stare at them just sort of pleasantly, maybe absent-mindedly, and say, "Oh, that's nice," and wander off. She's wearing a bodysuit that is very, very almost painted on her skin and has some gauzy fabric over it. So it almost looks like she's more prepared to go to some kind of social event. It's very out of place on this ship in particular. She is 6 feet tall, actually short for her species. Very, very slender. She has sweeping antennae. She's blue. Her hair's vibrant sapphire, and her skin's a little bit less blue than that. My token obviously is not quite what she is, but it's close. And she tends to, if anyone comes from a world that has analogs to jasmine and tangerine, she tends to smell like jasmine and tangerine most of the time.
I love that. And last and absolutely, definitely not least, we have Spoog. Tell me about yourself. Tell me where you are.
Spoog would probably be hanging out. Not hanging out. He would be in the engine room working on some other system on the ship. Just maintenance updates, keeping everything spick and span. And he would always be accompanied by his droid companion, Toad.
Yes.
And Spoog's pretty similar to the color of his temporary token here. He's about 3.5 feet tall. About probably closer to 3, but and yeah, he would be nose to the grindstone working.
Wonderful. So I don't yet have a token for Toad, unfortunately. I did forget that.
I honestly totally forgot to till I pulled out my sheets, and I was like, "Oh crap, Toad's sitting here blank."
That's all right. You can have this. The default Roll20 jump gate token. That is
Perfect.
That is Toad.
He is perfect in every way.
Yes. Anyway, as you are on your company lent ship, you all have gone through and completed 2 jobs together, all the 4 of you so far. There have been a few complications, and for some of you, you've taken even more jobs before. But as for the 4 of you, it's, you've had 2 jobs. And currently, you're on a course for your 3rd job. Your agent, manager, the person that really gets you the jobs, the representative from Edge Corp, Tarika. Tarika has sent you on your way to Castroville. You've been sent to pick up a large shipment of yarrow berries, a tangy fruit that grows only on the banks of the Yarrow River. This seasonal, sizable berry, purple berry, is relatively commonplace in the markets of Kabarat. the city that it would be from, but it's considered a delicacy on other worlds. You are headed to an establishment called Pratt's Produce, and you need to transport them to a hive market on Akaton. You are on a time limit. Once received, you will have 6 days before it spoils. Yes. So, for clarity, because this is the introductory session, Castrovel and Akaton are 2 planets within the Galarian system. Habarat is a city on Castrovel, and the hive market is a market city hybrid on Akaton. Let me print these out just so you have those. Castrovel and Habarat on Castrovel.
Thank God, I was about to ask for spellings.
Akaton, yes, I will get you the spellings, do not worry. And the hive market, which is not necessarily a town name, but that's what it is.
And we're on a 6-day timer when we pick them up?
Yes, once they're loaded into the transport, it is 6 days. Well, even before then, but alas. Okay. So I don't have a whole lot of audio assets or even visual assets, so we will be theater of a mind for quite a bit of this. But fast forward a bit, you all are heading down into the atmosphere of Castrovel. If I may ask, which of you would be piloting?
I think we all agreed that I would. Orion would.
Sounds good. So let's, I guess, pick whichever chair feels right for you.
I don't think I fit in chair, so I think I just oversee.
Probably.
I think I'm just
There's probably an open space where a
You
chair
just
would be.
loom.
Yeah, I'm just middle of room.
Fair enough. Okay. So you are coming through the atmosphere of Castrovel. And the weather seems to be a little undesirable. Rain pours down on the small freighter, the BD-514, over the dark ocean, headed toward the city of Kabarat, which grows rapidly on the horizon. Though known as the Jewel of the Western Sea, little of the city sparkles in this dreary weather. Kabarat lines the mouth of the Yarrow River, which stretches past the city into the foothills of the Storm Shield Mountains beyond. A navigation beacons and the city's traffic control AI directs the BD-514 to a landing pad at Ship's End, the city's bustling starport. Okay. So, Orion, if I could have you make a piloting check.
First roll the game.
First roll of the game. That's right.
Piloting. Here we go.
12. Okay.
Was that a base roll 5? Cool. Yeah.
In landing the ship, the autonav systems are having some difficulty because of the weather. As you do land, it's rough enough to jostle the four of you around, and you hear a crash as some personal objects are knocked over on the ship. Everything seems to be fine, but a little shaken.
I just got everything running smoothly. You're already scratching it all up.
We're going to start this up and hide that, as we are now here. Actually, I should also add that because it is raining. I'm sorry, Pi, you can't get away from this.
God damn it.
Okay. From what you know, and from the, GPS navigation, Pratt's Produce can be found a few miles from the starport on Sprick Street. You will be using this over here. That is the cargo rig, which has a storable and retractable hover trailer capable of carrying how much? 50 tons. Yeah. So you have your hover cart that has the hover trailer to carry up to 50 tons, and you have a couple. Oh, my bad. It's a cargo rig, and the hover carts are the little tiny carts used to transport to and from the trailer and the rig. So Big Bear.
I was just gonna ask, does Big Bear even fit in the rig, or is he walking alongside it?
I'm going to modify the rig. You are in the open back.
Mm-hmm. So
And-
like a Jeep.
Yes. And the rest of you the three of you are in the front. So, something like...
Hope you guys like the smell of wet bear.
Something like that.
Should be
It
behind
is
us.
significantly less crowded than it looks here. Though Big Bear, it is pretty close.
I'm gonna ask you an immediate question that's gonna suck for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
When we depart the ship and we're traversing the town, city, whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
what's the most predominant makeup of species?
Yeah, that's a good question.
What's the populi look like?
Like me.
Populace.
As we disembark, Soriall does say, "Welcome to my home," and waves around at everything kind of vaguely.
You just hear... I don't even know if you can... No, I speak common. That's useful.
You do... Big Bear, recall, you do not speak common.
It's
Oh,
in
no.
my languages, I do.
Oh, no.
Let me.
I think you gave it to me because the bears don't have a language.
There, does that clear things up?
Well, yes. I don't. Okay, I don't speak common, but I speak common, guys.
Okay, fair enough.
Because
I
was-
apologize for being pedantic on
Well,
that.
no, because I was gonna say, how do you pronounce your character's name, Pepper?
Soriall.
Soriall?
Soriall.
Soriall. Because I was gonna say, you hear in your head in common.
Ooh.
You know, like a grumbly voice as the water hits Big Bear and he stomps out of the ship, or in the rig as the water starts hitting us. You just hear in your head,
Home is very wet. Big Bear, not very fond.
Well, to be fair, my actual home is much, much drier than this. Don't worry, it'll stop in an hour.
he just
So,
responds
how long
with
you
a
been
grumble.
gone?
Oh, it's been a little over 3 years, I think. 3 or 12? 3. Definitely 3.
I got a calendar if you need it.
Oh, that's not quite the
Yeah,
calendar I
I'm
need,
right
but thank
from
you.
My tablet as I pull up this tablet in front of her as we're scrolling through the years.
Quick fun question, because I imagine our little band knows that Big Bear's telepathic, considering I probably spoke to everyone within their head at one point or another.
Yes, that's correct.
Do they respond in my head, or when I speak to them, they respond out loud? Like, did Soriall just respond to me completely out loud, or is it back to me telepathically as well?
Well,
I think-
that one depends on Soriall.
Yeah, I would do whichever we had determined you prefer.
I don't. Well, I'm gonna leave it to a roll of the dice. I'm gonna leave it to the roll of the dice. Yeah, I'm gonna roll a d20, and I'm gonna say, if it's lower than 15, he's used to people responding out loud. If it's above 15 above, he's used to people responding back in his head. You responded out loud.
Okay. Sure, because I'm telepathic also, but she would do whichever makes you feel more comfortable.
Oh, I mean, if you're also telepathic, you can respond back to him telepathically, but I feel like for Big Bear, it'd be very funny if his whole thing is people just see him as a big bear. So, despite him being like, yo, I'm all up in your brain, people probably just respond to him, like, audibly, like, out loud. So that's probably what he's used to. So if you're the first person he's really been around that also speaks to him in his head, the two of you have probably spent most of the time talking to each other telepathically.
Okay.
Yes, and unfortunately for Orion and Spoog, they do have to verbally respond to you. As you start driving off the few miles to get to Pratt's Produce, Big Bear, you're looking around. Give me, and I gotta check to make sure I know what skills are available. Give me a perception check.
Oh man, I would love to do that thing called perception.
Yes. 18. That's not bad at all. Okay, so most obviously, you notice that almost everyone walking around and in cars and such, they're almost all Lashunta. This is their home planet, after all. But you do spot the occasional elf and human and half-elf. You see a couple of rat folk, Isoki, around. And you even spot one Sheeran.
Interesting.
There seems to be quite a variety, though again, it is overwhelmingly Lashunta.
He just takes that into himself as he's, as they're continuing down, just making notes of it in his head. The last person you said, the last species you said. You said I only see one of them?
Yeah.
If Big Bear's a smuggler at heart. He does bad things, or has done bad things. And he knows when there are masses of people and one stands out that something might be up. With an 18, could I tell if that person looks fishy or if they're just walking the streets and being...
Absolutely.
Or is that another rule?
That one might be, because we do have that available. That one I'm going to call for a sense motive.
Alrighty. I'm wonderful at these guys. That's a lie.
One, okay. They've got a bag, a bag of produce, seemingly, and in one arm, and the other arm is held over their head as they are speed walking down the sidewalk. Hard to tell.
Alright.
You really don't get anything off of them.
Understood.
Okay. Unless anyone has anything else they'd like to talk about, we can fast forward to Pratt's Produce. Okay. So, you arrive at Pratt's Produce, and you can see it's a large grocery store. It seems to have dedicated sections of the front and side to cargo vehicles to bring in and transport out. So you do park at one of those. And then you head inside. The inside of the grocery exudes a cleanliness that is minimalistic but not sterile. Rows of shelves and friendly aisle displays present a wide variety of well-organized foodstuffs for purchase. Dozens of people, mostly Lashunta, go about their daily errands, selecting food and making, sometimes telepathic, conversation. Small, bright screens scattered about the store use flashy ads to announce the day's best deals and upcoming specials. To the right of the entrance, automated checkout lines, supervised by a middle-aged Lashunta woman, tally up the customers' purchases.
As we walk in, I will, again, kind of just looking around, and I'll just telepathically, communicate to Soriall again and just say,
Who we meeting?
I believe the manager. I have the paperwork. I'll take a look.
As you pull up the file, you are here to meet with Runo Pratt, the current head of the store.
All right,
Yeah.
so let me ask the middle-aged lady with, appropriate Lashunta greetings, where Runo Pratt might be.
As soon as you walk over there and begin to ask for Runo Pratt, she will point to the general manager's office in the rear of the building.
I will head there.
Okay. Let me get this ready. You enter into the office. An older, stocky Lashunta wearing blue coveralls sits behind a wooden desk covered in papers. He taps furiously on a datapad while grumbling to himself. His most notable feature is a missing left antenna and a thin scar that begins at his forehead and zigzags back along his scalp. He looks up, tosses the tablet aside, and asks in a polite but agitated voice, "What can I do for you?" And that, right there, is Runo Pratt.
Do I have the pleasure of speaking to Mr. Pratt?
Yes, ma'am, you do.
I'm Soriall from EdgeCorp. We're here to take on the shipment of yarrow berries for you.
Ah, lovely.
And I will hand over my datapad or whatever is necessary to, process the transaction.
He does grab your datapad, but as it is a two-part transaction, he picks up his own and starts to get agitated yet again. Something seems up with his technology, and he is clearly not the kind of person who knows how to deal with it.
You need me to take a look at that for you? I just ask him in common as he's getting irritated.
Yeah. It was working fine for inventory last night, but now it's a mess. I need to file the change of ownership paperwork, but I can't get the damn thing to work. He gestures helplessly at the tablet.
I'm gonna reach for it if he's offering it.
Okay.
And is there something I can do to, fix it? or to determine what's wrong.
Do you have, and I'm pretty sure this is a yes, but do you have a hacking kit?
I am not. I don't think I have one with me. No. Would it just be in my equipment?
It would. Don't you have some kind of
Oh,
multi-purpose tool or something like
Yeah, I
that?
do. I have the custom rig. Yes.
Okay. Does that double as being able to use for a hacking kit?
Let's see. Yeah, it says you have a customized toolkit you can use to hack into systems and items. Your custom rig can be configured.
That is perfect. So it looks at first, before we even get to the computer's check, it looks at first like it's been locked out by way of trying to unlock things too many times. You can see that it has forget the exact word, but like bio identification by way of a thumbprint. Things do look a little off, though. It doesn't look like a pristine data pad that you would get from a store. So you can tell that there's something going on. So I'm gonna have to change that audio. I didn't know that was in there.
No, it's fine. That's the sound of his data pad on the Brits.
Straight up. Spoog.
Mhm.
You can make me a computer's check. 15. Okay. As you hook up your tool to the datapad, Runo will say, "Is there anything I can do to help out? Do you need anything from me?"
I could do for a drink, but other than that, no.
Okay.
Is there a reason your thumbprint quit working though?
I'm really not sure. The damn datapad is just on the fritz.
I mean, it is old tech, but it doesn't seem like it should be. Does it seem like it should be like? Besides it obviously not letting him in through the thumbprint, does it seem like it's working fine?
No, there seems to be a little bit more to it.
Okay.
Let me just check. Okay. Had to check something. You're working at it, and it is responding a bit. You pull up like a console, and start working at it. But certain commands that you know should work do not provide the correct response, or one that you would deem appropriate. And your check fails.
Yeah, there's definitely something wrong with the thing. I can't help you. And I'm just gonna hand it back to him.
Okay.
A semi-disappointed voice echoes through Spoog's head.
But you are mechanic. Why no fix?
I don't know. The thing's got a virus or something. It's busted, and nothing I did would work. It was giving me all sorts of counterdictive commands. I didn't know what to make of it.
Hey, Spoog, is intelligence your core, or your... Yeah, I think it's intelligence. Could you make me an intelligence roll? Flat intelligence.
That's just clicking the intelligence word.
15. Interesting. Okay. You surmise that with the data pad available, normally hacking into one of these personal data pads like this can trigger a lockout protocol. But what you're working with here is already the lockout countermeasure. So, if you cared to, you could continue trying, and, you know, because it... biometric, that's the word. Because it does have biometric scans, it's possible that having his thumbprint might give you some leverage with your check. Cut it off. Bite it off.
I can do it. If Spoog wants it, I can take it.
I would, like, crawl up Big Bear's shoulder and whisper in his ear that having his thumbprint, I could probably get into the device. But without it, I don't think I'd be able to. Or without having his biometrics, rather. But I would need that.
Okay.
Do not worry. I got
If
this.
he wants to intimidate or actually take, it's 100% up to him. Don't care. I need it.
If we're in an office, right? Are we in an office?
You are.
Okay. If Spoog still has the data pad, can I just reach over the desk and grab dude's arm and plant it on the data pad?
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna just let that happen. He sees you approach. The lumbering bear that you are, you reach over. He kind of leans back, but you grab his arm and pull it forward, and then between Spoog maneuvering the data pad and you maneuvering the thumb, you add it onto the biometric scanner. Spoog, go ahead and make another computer's check and add 5 to your check. Is that with the 5 or no? That's
without
not.
5, and that's so I didn't really know how to add it with the.
Oh, that's okay. You don't have to. You can just pronounce it afterwards if you don't want to add that. So
Yeah, that's without
21. With Big Bear's assistance, and to Runo's surprise, you are able to get into the datapad.
With access to it, do I notice anything like out of the ordinary that like
Yes.
would make me believe that this? Am I like? Would I be questioning that this person's who I think he is, or who he claims to be? Like, would I?
That's a
think that it's
great
weird
question.
enough that he doesn't have.
First of all, what
the
you
thing and it
notice
was already
with
locked out.
yeah, within the datapad, the first thing that you notice is you notice that there is a hastily made firewall that's been added to the datapad that is preventing the owner's password from being reset. Go ahead and make me a perception check, Spoog. And while you're doing that, Runo is nice. Runo is relieved to see that you've got it. And he sort of turns to the Yarrowberry matter. He begins. It's good you're here. The old man says, but you'd better hurry. There's a lot to move, and those yarrow berries will spoil before too long. You have no idea how much this shipment means to me. I'm retiring after this. 30 years running this place. Now it's Nita's turn. The shipment is my retirement plan, so please be careful, okay?
Of course, we are never less than careful with company goods and acquisitions.
Thank you so much. Okay.
I
24 on your perception. Yes.
I mean, you can get to the perception, but because of who Big Bear is, after the display of grabbing his arm and slamming it onto the data pad, and him saying, "Oh, you know, this is my retirement fund. This is my last thing before blah 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 takes over." Big Bear is gonna get serious. Although to be fair, he's a bear. His face always looks serious. He has one emotion. He will telepathically say to the guy, you know, something along the lines of,
You screw us, I take other antenna.
Soriall is just shocked. Shocked. Please do forgive my colleagues. They can be a bit rough around the edges, but I do assure you, we do good work.
Uh-huh. We've got a big fellow here, and I respect the authority, but I'm also no stranger to war and combat, so I'd really rather you didn't. Anyway, while this is going on, Spoog, you are looking at the spaghetti code that is hiding behind this firewall, and I mean, the natural 20 is right. You clock it instantly. The algorithms used to make the firewall is classic space goblin coding techniques. It looks like some space goblins are behind rigging this data pad to not work.
I think I figured it out for you. Looks like you got a goblin problem, and I ain't talking about me. And I'll hand him his data pad back.
He will give you a long glance as he gets the data pad back. I will say the firewall, the goblin firewall, is still intact. So if you intend on removing that,
yeah, I'd like to fix it then, and I won't fix it until it's fixed. Sorry.
No, that's okay. You gave it back to him to show off what was going on, you know?
Right.
And now it's back to you. So if you could make me another computer's check, and we'll add the +5 onto that from the thumbprint.
And this is without, so we'll roll.
Without +5, 23. Very good. Okay. Okay. You are going at it, trying to disable the spaghetti code while keeping everything else intact on the data pad, because it looks important to the store. It looks very much like this is one of the devices that controls inventory and such. And you manage to disable the code, tear down the firewall, and allow Runo to reset his password.
Hope you're throwing a nice little bonus on this job for us. I'll mutter to him. That wasn't easy, you know.
Hey, listen, I can, I'll slide you guys another crate of yarrow berries, just for you. Ship rations can get pretty stale on a long drift, courtesy of Pratt's Produce.
Much obliged, thank you.
Now that you mention it, he says, you better keep your eye out on your way back to Ship's End. I'd heard some people talk of goblins out there. I didn't think much of it. If you're right, and they're the ones who hacked my files, well, I don't know what they're up to, but it's criminal, that's for sure. Make sure you get those berries delivered so you can get my payment back here.
I will telepathically communicate with my buddy Orion, right? That's your name?
Yep.
I will telepathically communicate with him. And I will say, news of, possible criminal activity in the area. I will say,
Why don't you get rig up and running? I will begin moving berries.
You don't think we should stay that long?
If we might get harassed, better to be gone before they show up.
You better get started too.
take a while to load all of the berries.
I'll keep her idling for you.
I'll respond to him. Where are the crates?
Yes, the crates. Follow me.
And he will get up out of his chair and take you all over to the more warehouse side of the store. You know, you've got your typical area where people can, you know, buy a bag, and then over on the other side, there's where you buy crates and such. And he points out a long line of shelves. That would be all of these. And he points at a different shelf. That one box is for you. And it's a lot. To be clear, there are 50 tons of berries packed into 50-pound crates. So this is going to take a while.
Alright. Well, I mean, I'm a pretty big bastard, so I'm gonna
You are.
begin carrying back and forth as long as I can.
Okay. So, if I'm not mistaken,
Because I imagine, being a large creature, I can probably hold up to a good amount of weight.
yes, you also have small hover carts which can support up to 50 bulk.
I'm so sorry. I gotta take a couple fast.
You're good.
I'll carry what our hover carts can.
Sounds good. So let's see. The task, if it were just you four, would be 16 hours of labor. With the 2 hover carts available to you, that time is cut to 8. Because you are large and would be carrying some yourself, Big Bear, that will quote unquote count as a third worker, and so it'll take 5 hours if you keep this up to get all of the berries, all of the crates onto the hover trailer.
That is what I will be doing unless someone stops me.
Okay. I am not sure how to keep track of this, but starting with 6 days, that's now after loading everything up. 5 days and 19 hours. You know what? I'll mark that later. I'll mark that after.
Are there any issues while we're loading?
No apparent issues while you are loading. No. The 4 of you, okay, well, Soriall might not be participating in the transport, but
Yeah, I would not be super helpful, but I can imagine that there's like checking crate numbers against the manifest and stuff like that.
yeah,
That she could be doing.
you are tracking the inventory and the numbers involved to make sure everything goes smoothly. The other three are using the hover carts. Spoog has a hover cart, Orion has a hover cart, and Big Bear has Big Bear. And after 5 hours, your shipment is ready.
Sorry, if it makes any difference, my drone has arms and can use a hover cart as well. If that means it can use a hover cart as well, then.
Yeah, it probably won't. It won't make too much of a noticeable difference. It can operate it, absolutely, but as for added benefit, I'm gonna say that we're down to just 5 hours. Which is good. That's the best that you could have done.
Neat.
As you are packing up the last of the yarrow berries, Runa will come back out to your cart and say, probably to Soriall, because she's keeping track of everything.
Ziski will give you a fair price for this shipment. She runs Ka imports in Hive Market. You tell her I sent you. We go way back.
And once again, because we've got more stuff, let me type that out for you. Ziski.
Thank you.
Ziski is who you're looking to sell these yarrow berries for. Or to. Sell them to. I can English.
Soriall looks at Runo, and she when Runo had come up to her, she'd been sort of just staring off into the distance. And sort of very slowly turns her head towards him like she'd been listening to something else, and says, "Oh, yes, certainly. We'll sell her the ones that don't spoil."
That is much appreciated.
Okay. Okay.
Sorial's gonna take a few minutes and buy some Castrovellian snacks and stuff while they're there.
Yeah. As you're doing this, the rain does dry up, and it's still gray. However, only the floor is, or only the ground is wet at this point. You all presumably get back onto your cargo rig and begin the journey back to Ship's End.
I am going to keep an active eye out for any goblinoid activity while we're on our way back.
Sure. Give me a perception check.
Would love to. Because ain't no one taking our cargo while I'm around.
11. Okay, so you're going along, a few miles down. No goblins besides Spoog seem to be in the area. It seems pretty safe so far. As you near the spaceport, it's still a little ways off, but you can see it in the distance. maybe 10 or so blocks away. The city is a constant buzz. Spacecraft hum in nearby docking facilities and zoom overhead while merchants and crowds of tourists chatter. The rumbling engine of the cargo rig below merges seamlessly into the urban symphony. As the spaceport comes back into view, up ahead, an old woman pushing a cart across the street yelps in alarm as her cart tips over and rusty tanks of petrol tumble out, scattering in every direction. Traffic stops and drivers in nearby vehicles shout, but the old woman ignores them. Instead, she walks slowly to one of the rolling tanks, picks it up, and carefully cradles it in her arms as she returns to the fallen cart. And I need to set this up because we will be able to get to the other map I prepared.
Ooh. We like new maps. Oh, there's the
I'm very
hologram
proud
the
of this
traffic.
map.
Ooh, wow.
Very proud of this map.
Ooh, this is a very fun map.
That's the one you showed us in progress.
It is. And now it's all finished even with shadows.
It's so good.
Ooh, yeah,
Thank
that
you.
is really cool.
And yeah, I've got Big Bear on the back. Okay, so there are a lot of people around. I didn't want to bring 107 tokens out here.
Yeah.
But you know, traffic has stopped. Oh, yeah?
Where's Grandma? I assume somewhere. Where's Grandma?
Grandma's actually, Grandma is right over here and is, cradling her tank of petrol.
Big Bear. And it's like other things, like it was a cart full of stuff that's scattered. Big Bear will tell Soriall
Stay in the cart. I take care of this.
and he will like leap over the railing, and out the back.
Mm-hmm.
And then he'll begin walking to like scoop up the rest of the petrol
Okay.
to place in the cart of the old woman. Is the old woman 3 space goblins in a trench coat? I actually, you know what? Genuine question that I just thought of.
How does he know?
1 second.
That is a genuine question that I'm actually asking you now.
Yeah, I gotta check things.
If my sudden intuition comes out and it's true, I've peaked.
Okay.
That's really funny. And if it turns out to be anywhere nearly true, I'm gonna be so proud of myself.
Okay. Give me a perception check, Big Bear.
I'm gonna fucking laugh. Please be a good perception. No!
5. You're coming up on this old lady who is nestling her petrol cans, and she notices you walking up to her, and I didn't think we were gonna get this far.
You think we were just gonna leave Grandma?
I didn't think we were gonna get to Grandma.
Grandma actually is, guys. I think Grandma has 3 goblins in a trench coat. I think I just initiated our first comment.
Yeah, so she does turn to you, this grandma in her little ripped up cloak, and breathes a cone of fire towards you. Can I get a reflex save from you?
Grandma!
And
I was trying to help you.
And of course, initiative from everybody.
Oh boy!
I got a 9.
Here we go.
Are we gonna have a Grandma on the map?
Oh, we have a grandma on the map.
Grandma! Damn you,
Bad turn.
Grandma.
Grandma. What is it? Control Alt Z? Control Shift Z? Alt Z. I don't know how to pull it up. I forgot the shortcut. But let's get her initiative. 15. Okay.
I got a 9 reflex if it needs to be reminded.
Okay.
Grandma.
Okay, let's organize this. And because she kind of got this sneak attack on you, that will basically constitute her turn for this round. You fail the check. Unsurprisingly, you are a large creature, and also you didn't know that Granny was going to breathe fire on you.
Probably mid picking up one of the canisters to help or something.
Right. Let me get a second D8 out here.
It's highly unlikely, but I honestly would, like, genuinely die of laughter if you kill me.
Oh gosh, I forgot to give you all your hit points. Shoot. I was supposed to grab different tokens. Quickly everyone.
I mean, I can add my own. Oh god, it's a me again.
It is a you again. It's a you with your health, your HP, your stamina, and your resolve. That is how I have your tokens set.
So HP's top number, stamina's second number, resolve is bottom number.
Yes. then you three can go away. Okay. Now it's set.
Guys, I'm
Yeah.
about to murder Grandma.
You take from this blast that you were not expecting 12 fire damage. So that'll be 10 stamina and then 2 off your health.
Okay, that's actually a lot better than I thought. If you're... Okay, so question, now that we're actually in combat.
Yes. Oh god, I got shit. I got rid of all of your initiatives. I'm so sorry. What do you all remember?
I still see the turn order.
Yeah,
Do you see your turn?
as well.
Yeah, I can see it.
Oh, okay. Well, indulge me as I convert your turns over
and
to
they're
these
gone.
new tokens.
But to be fair, they're still in the chat.
Oh my god, I'm silly.
What is... We probably had this conversation in session 0, but it's been so long. What is stamina? When you're at 0 stamina, does it affect you negatively in any way?
Stamina is health bar 1. Health bar 1 goes away very easily and comes back very easily. Your health bar is health bar 2. It goes away not quite as easily and does not come back easily.
Okay, so stamina is just another name for another health bar. I don't lose the ability to do any of my actions if my stamina is at
Correct.
0. Okay.
Because
I just wanted to clarify because the naming convention of stamina, if this was any other game, would suggest you wouldn't be able to do certain things. But if it's just second health bar, basically, then...
That's correct.
Okay. Thank you.
So you are fine until your HP reaches 0.
Okay.
Okay, well, fine is relative, but you're up until your HP is 0.
Correct. Okay, thank you.
Spoog. Shit's going on. Granny off in the distance just blew flames at Big Bear. Singed him a bit. Do you want to give me a perception check?
Yeah.
It's a little loud, okay. 23 perception check. Hey, so that grandma? Not a grandma. Crazy enough, that's a junk bot. That is a junk bot disguised as a human grandma.
Alright, I will just kind of keep that information to myself for now. I mean, it's not
Okay.
quite really... Spoog won't think it's important when Bear's getting shot at. Or fire blasted at. I would crawl out of the vehicle and onto the hood of it and fire a shot at it with my skip shot pistol.
Okay. You should have control of your token. If you do not, let me know.
I do.
Wonderful.
And I'll just put me there. It's on top of it. I'm not sure. It would be really kind of the same spot. I imagine myself crawling out of the window and just directly on top of the vehicle.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, not locked behind someone else's token. And then and how would I go about rolling to attack with this one?
You would go into attacks, and you would click on the name of the weapon you wish to use.
Gotcha. Click on the name. Full attack. I don't think this matters. Macro options popped up. So.
I don't think it makes a whole lot of difference this low of a level.
Okay.
Okay. It's 18 to hit. And because it is piercing, that is kinetic, which will hit. And it will deal... which will deal the 2 whole piercing damage. In front of you, Big Bear, you watch as Granny's shoulder sparks as it gets shot. I believe that would be all Spoog. Also, make sure to keep track of your ammunition. That is important in this campaign. Orion.
Okay, so the air quotes granny.
Mm-hmm.
Is it?
Sorry, go ahead.
Wielding anything
Um,
besides the crate of petrol?
it seems to just be the can of petrol.
Okay.
Also, because Spoog kept it to himself, if you would like to make a perception check, you may.
Sure.
Yeah, Big
Big
Bear,
roll.
you succeed. You succeed your
actually?
perception check. Oh, Orion, you will also succeed. That's a junk bot.
Hearing the gunshot go off over Orion's shoulder, they'll be a little thrown off. And try to scramble and quickly pull out their sidearm. And it's just gonna take a pot shot at the bear, or past bear, sorry.
Past
I'm
Bear.
just gonna shoot him in the back.
Yeah. Like a real friend would.
Exactly.
I didn't
And
realize
attempt at
that we had a secret villain reveal already.
Alrighty.
I have backstory with you.
all.
Go ahead and take your shot.
It looks like my attacks aren't working, but I'm gonna click it and see what happens.
Oh. Oh, whoa, whoa.
I've not seen anything pop up.
You click in the name of the laser pistol.
Yep.
Is it giving you a macro options little sub-menu?
Nope.
Huh. Okay, well, we can troubleshoot that.
I know the bonus. I'll roll a d20.
Yeah. I'm not afraid of that.
So that's a +3 because my dex is 16
Yes.
for a 17.
17 to
I
hit.
believe energy.
Yeah, this would be, because it's fire, it's against energy armor class, EAC. And a 17 will also hit. For how much damage?
1.
1! Hey, this is the first combat, it's fine.
Don't worry.
Okay.
It's only gonna be another 12 damage fire kill next round.
Wonderful.
Speaking of,
Yes.
I get a move action, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can I duck my head under the edge of the car? I want to leave.
Sure.
Oh, and there was a bunch of macros. Apparently they were stacking behind my
Oh.
nameplate. I'll look for that next time. It's good to know.
Okay. So, Granny's turn. Granny did her thing. Big Bear.
Yes. That was very rude. I cannot believe that. How dare. I need to read my abilities because they're gigantic. You know what? No, Big Bear just got hurt after actively attacked after trying to help someone. That someone revealed to not be a someone. Big Bear is pissed off, and if this group have gotten into fights before, then they would know what is coming. If they have not gotten into fights before, then the rest of the party just see Big Bear take one massive step up forward and go to swing down with his giant ass claw.
I think this may actually be all of your characters' first time fighting together.
Well, then everyone would just see Big Bear go bear mode and, like, go to maul this worker, this bot, with his claws. So I'm gonna try and swing with my bear claw. Not a full attack.
19, that is gonna hit.
For a 6 slashing. As simple as that. Quite literally, just a claw.
God, I love that. So good.
Just a massive claw swipe across the front of the chest.
It did more damage than our fancy bullets.
Both of them combined.
Yeah. My
Okay.
super fancy high-tech
Soriall.
Question. May
Yes.
I make a perception check also?
You may. 14. That is enough to note the disguise.
Okay, second question.
Yes.
Are junk bots a common thing?
No.
Okay, so
They are tools, kind of, but not very common.
okay. So, but just knowing that this is like a bot of some kind and its wiring must be loose or something like that. I'm just wondering if that is a logical conclusion. Like, this thing's on the fritz, we need to stop it kind of deal.
Well, it's certainly active in trying to harm you, and there, to be clear, one or two other of the civilians around have tried to help the granny, but the granny turned specifically to Big Bear to
Light me up.
Interesting.
blow off heat.
Okay, interesting. First thing I would like to do is hop down out of the cab or whatever of this thing and come down to about here and look and see if there's anything trying to get our shipment. I'm wondering if this is a distraction.
Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Okay.
18. Okay. Yeah, 18. Is there anything hiding? Hey, Soriall.
Yeah?
There are goblins stealing yarrow berries.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh,
Great.
Change
Great.
the token. Are they all on token now? No.
Yeah, I see those two. They're on the map.
Why are you like that? What the hell? Okay, well, get rid of that one. Copy that one. I don't know why it was like that. But they are on junk cycles, and they are trying to, trying to and successfully grabbing crates. They've each grabbed one, and they look like they're going for more.
Okay, so I'm going to shout out, Granny's a distraction! We have goblins on the shipment! And then I think I had about 5 feet of movement left. So I'm going to come forward just one more.
Okay.
And I had grabbed my rifle when I got out of the cab. So I would like to take a shot at this one, the closest one.
Okay. If I'm not mistaken, is that a sniper rifle?
It is.
Okay, so if it does have the unwieldy if you're not, like bracing for it, I believe.
Okay, that's fine. I wouldn't brace right now, just in the heat of the moment.
Yeah, well, either way, you got a 5, and the shot, just a loud bang as you fire down the street, and it scrapes into the asphalt at a distance. Spoog, back up to you.
I would call out to Big Bear to get back on the truck so we can get this rig moving. And I would turn and take a shot at one of the goblins back there as well. Probably the closest one.
Okay. So, probably in the back of the rig at this point. Little drone guy is following behind. We'll figure out drone rules eventually. A 16 to hit the front goblin. Let me check. It has piercing, so it's kinetic. A 16 will hit for a whole 1 piercing damage.
Woo!
Ouchie. Orion.
Well, this is unfortunate. I don't know if I can reach. I'm a little fuzzy on the rules of movement and then casting a spell. I don't.
If the spell is like one standard action, then
I believe so. What I'd like to do is I have the spell called Grease, but I don't think it reaches. It says close, so like 25 feet. Are they within 55 feet? Not even close.
Oh no, not the goblins. Yeah.
I guess I'll unmount and take a shot back there, hoping to distract them while I get closer.
Okay. Go ahead and move your token. Okay, wonderful. Take your shot.
Hopefully it works this time.
Shoot better than me. Yeah.
No second attack. Ignore that. I don't know why.
Wow.
Nat 20. Oh.
Nat 20.
Oh shit.
So that is going to be, because there's no added crit effects, I don't believe. I don't believe. That is going to be 7 damage.
Aiming at the closest one too.
Yes, of course. and this goblin collapses. Hold on, let me see, because I have this now. I think that might be the best way to do this. Oh gosh, not that. Oh gosh, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. I think that's what I want. Forgive me. Okay. There we go. Yes, I can fire your bullets for you. You
Oh my
fire
god!
at,
Oh my god!
at the goblin.
Wait, can I get that another time, please?
Yes, you can. I'm gonna figure out what these effects are so I know how to better utilize them. Pew!
That's great. I love it.
I love this.
Take out that goblin. It collapses.
I'd just like to yell, mitts off!
Back to Granny. Granny is going to swing the petrol can at your large form, so against your kinetic.
Hey, I gotta pull that up.
Oh! Well, she also got a natural 20.
Oh, of course.
First combat. Yeah, so that's great. That's fine. Okay. That's gonna be 13 damage to you. We only go down to 0, so no negatives.
God, I'm immediately down.
You are down. Now let me pull up the death and dying rules, because you have some time after or before this.
Guys, I was joking.
Well, it took 2 rounds. E. 250, 275. Okay. If your hit points reach 0, you are dying. You immediately fall unconscious and can take no actions. While dying, you lose 1 resolve point each round at the end of your turn. This continues until either you die or stabilize. So, we will get back to that on your turn. Spoog.
Oh, that's not me. That's
that's
dead guy.
No,
I
it's
think
not
that's
you.
dead
It's the
goblin.
other goblins. Thank you for that.
Racist!
That's what I was about to say. That's kind of racist.
You all have small tokens. Okay. So the one in front, okay, the one in the back is going to shift so that they are behind the trailer. The one in front is going to pull out a semi-auto pistol. And fires at you. Now let me check that just to make sure I know what's going on.
Semi-auto pistol. Okay.
Oh, not that it matters, but I got
Mhm.
critically attacked. I get an entropy point.
Oh shit. That's that. Yeah, that is definitely stuff you need to keep track of.
Oh, I'm actually at 2 entropy points.
Very good. Yeah. Okay. So they're gonna fire towards you. Okay. Soriall, just because you are physically in the front.
I sure am.
And that is a natural 1.
I'm too shiny.
You see a whole bunch of bullets go in no particular direction. Big Bear, it is your turn.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall, I guess.
Quite true. So, if you are dying and have enough resolve points, you can use them to stabilize. If you're stable, you can use resolve points. Okay, well, please tell me. Stabilize. If you are dying, you can spend a number of resolve points equal to 1/4 your maximum, which for you is 4, so 1. So you will spend 1 resolve point, and you are stable.
Okay. Done and done.
Now next round, if you are stable and have enough resolve points, you can spend 1 resolve point at the beginning of your turn to regain 1 HP. You are no longer dying, immediately become conscious, and can take the rest of your turn as normal. So it's a 2-step process and 2 resolve points for you.
Understood.
But you are not dying. You are just unconscious. So dying unconscious, you're just unconscious. Soriall.
Yes.
Yes.
I would like to slide up 1 and fire at our second little friend here. And this time I'm gonna take a knee and brace my rifle.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Ugh.
And failing that shot, I will duck in. I'm assuming this is like some kind of coupling where all the freight cart parts or whatever words connect. Correct. Okay, so I could like technically duck into this space for like partial cover.
Yeah, you could do that.
Okay. That's my exciting turn.
Cooler than being dead.
Is it though?
I mean, you shot a sniper rifle. I'd say so.
And missed twice. It doesn't feel cool, Pie. I'm just saying.
I think it's cool.
Did not mean to do that.
Oh, precision coil rifle. I'm just double checking things. You know what? I'll double check that after. Okay. Spoog.
Spoog's gonna take a shot at the robot that just downed. He's gonna turn back and take a shot at the robot that just downed. Big Bear.
Will it be you?
Who is that for? Are you shooting at other goblins or at Granny?
The granny robot. Yeah.
Okay. 10 piercing, so kinetic. Now I gotta get used to this. You fire and there's an impact, but no lasting damage. It seems to deflect off.
Alright, that's it for Spoog.
Orion.
Hearing the form of Big Bear drop, I care more about that than the shipment. I'm gonna walk around the cart and fire at Granny.
Okay. Fire away. Fire at will. 21 against energy is going to hit.
For max of 4.
Max of 4 damage. Hey, that's good. So, you took your move action and you took your standard action, so we are back to Granny. Okay. It is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, and then take another move. 25, 30, 35 to get up to you. Unfortunately, can't do anything this round. Yeah. And then the remaining goblins. That was 3. Okay. So, oh, actually, taking a step back, Granny is going to charge you, Orion, using up double speed
Nice.
and getting a +1 to my. Oh wait, no, that's a separate thing. I mean, probably. Must have a clear path. Yeah. After move, you can make a single melee attack, take a -2 penalty to the attack roll, and a -2 penalty to your AC until the start of your next turn. You can't move any farther after the attack. That seems interesting. I wonder if that's the actual rule or a misprint. I have an early book, so sometimes I need to check things. But it does rush up to you and swings its canister at you, which I think there's some weird interactions with your form, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't believe for physical attacks. I think that just happens.
Okay. So swinging right into the center of your hard light form, that is a 27 to hit.
Yep.
Brutal. And is going to slam into you for 7 bludgeoning damage.
All right, that's all my stamina and 2 hit points.
That's correct. But that is her turn. This one is going to, and you know, I'm also still learning this as well. Take a full act, one guarded step, 5 feet away, and then take a full action to fire. Fire in your direction. Hold on. Orion's pretty busy, so I'm gonna fire at Soriall and Spoog, which I need to figure out cover.
Yes, it is my job to complicate your life as much as possible.
No, I think it's good. Come on, Index, help me out. $253, $254. Oh, I'm way past. Combat modifiers. Here we go. You gain a +4 bonus to AC and a +2 bonus to reflex saves. That is what you get. I guess it's kind of more like soft cover.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Okay, so no bonus on reflex saves, but still a +4 bonus to AC.
Okay.
Creatures even. Okay. I'm changing the ruling a second time. This is partial cover. Soft cover would be something like hiding behind a creature. This is hiding with more than half of you visible. So it's +2 to your AC and +1 to your reflex save.
Alright.
I will figure this out eventually.
All good. You're fine.
So I was gonna fire once at you, Soriall, and once at Spoog, who has significantly less cover. As a 15 minus 4, so 11 to hit you, Soriall.
No.
And a 2 to hit you, Spoog. Bullets come whizzing by and totally missing. Big Bear, you are unconscious but stable. You can spend a second resolve point to regain 1 hit point and become conscious.
I would love to do that.
Wonderful. You have the rest of your turn ahead of you, including getting up from prone, which
Which is half?
It's half in 5e. PRO. Round condition 254. Man, that's where I am. Oh, that's useful. Conditions. That's what I want. Wrong. Standing up from prone is a move action. It is a whole move action.
Okay. Alright, well, I will just stand up then. Can I do anything? No, I can't. No, but my next turn, if Granny's still alive, I'm going to hurt Granny.
Okay. You do have your standard action, which you can make a move action, just like Pathfinder. But you don't have to.
Yeah. I'm just reading my abilities.
Okay.
Okay, I will. No, okay. Genuinely, I will use my. I will convert the action to move action.
Okay.
I'm only gonna move. Oh shit! Now I need to look something up. I need to look up an ability real quick. We're learning the game as we go, folks.
We are learning it as we go. It's gonna be rough for a few sessions.
Okay, so I got the ruling down. I'm gonna move right here. No, right here. Right here. Right there?
Okay.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna move right there. Specifically because if I read correctly, I need at least 10 squares to be able to get a charge. So I wanna have that 10 square before Granny, which is plenty where I am. And that also gives me any cover. I mean, I doubt I'm gonna be shot from there unless I get shot, but my plan is convert action to movement, get right there, because he's a bear, he wants to charge. I want the bonuses from charge because I get special stuff with my charge, so I'm gonna move there, get ready to charge, end my turn. Thank you very much for not killing me so far in session 1.
You're welcome. Soriall.
Okay, lather, rinse, repeat. It's what's gonna happen. So, duck out. Find that rifle.
11.
Does it hit?
And that is piercing. So against kinetic. An 11 will not.
Oh
hit.
my god.
The shot goes wide.
Okay, I'm rolling great. This is good. This
You
is
know,
good. Making a good impression. This is good first impression.
You had so much training with that rifle.
I know.
But actual combat is so different. You've never been shot at before.
And the thing is, I have to like put one knee on the ground and it's asphalt and it's dirty and my clothes are getting dirty. That's very distracting.
Oh, that's such a pest.
I know. So I'm just gonna duck back into my cover here.
Okay.
And swear a little bit.
Spoog.
Yeah, Spoog's going to attack, turn back around and attack the goblin that's standing out closer to this trash can.
Okay. Six. Your 6 is also going to go wide. Also, to be clear, because I forgot that this was a thing, anyone may full attack. It takes your full round, and you get 2 attacks at -4 to each attack. That is what that accumulates as. So now I know that, and now all of you also know that. That being said, Spoog, if you would like to sack 4 onto your first shot to take a second shot, you may.
I'm sorry, kind of unclear. I'm unsure of what you mean.
Sure, like, you shot once, that's a standard action. If you took your full action, so your standard and your movement, just combine them all together and take a full action, you would be able to shoot twice, and both shots would be at -4.
Okay, yeah, so I just shoot again then.
Okay, yeah. Unfortunately, can't do that for a sniper rifle. That is definitionally different, but yeah. You
And
may
this time
take,
I'll just full attack no again, and then next time I do yes. Right.
yeah, you can take a standard and then -4 or
Right.
14?
Yeah, I'll do that, so 10.
okay. 10 in total. Will graze. Will spit up some asphalt into the goblin's face as it hits the ground. Orion.
I don't like this robot at me. So I could full action stab at it because I have a tack knife on my side. Does it take an action to switch my weapons?
Yes.
Does that interfere with the full attack?
I will check just to make sure. But what I'm going to run with right now is that it takes a move action to draw out a weapon. It would also take a move action to put away, so you can like temporarily, if you want to like drop your pistol so that you can pull out and attack, you can do that.
Right, okay.
And again, I'm still trying to figure this out, so.
Actually, I will take some of the... She's pounding us with the gasoline jug, right?
Yeah, you're getting pounded by the gas jug.
I'd like to... No, because she's gonna pick it up if I make her drop it. Assuming I do make her drop it, is it sizable enough and reasonable enough that I could kick it away in the same turn?
I
don't know how big these are. Is it like a single gallon? Is she like beefy and it's like a 10, 15 gallon drum?
I would let you do that. I'd say it's maybe 1 to 2 gallons. I'm not sure what the actual action economy would be for that, but if you wanted to use like standard to remove the jug and then like movement to kick it away, I would accept that.
I'll try it. Why not? So,
I'll cast the spell. I typed it in, so I don't know if it has anything.
One second.
It has to make a reflex save.
Okay.
Make her break her hip.
Because it's not the tripping one. I'm targeting the jug in her hand and trying to make
Oh,
it...
okay. Okay. Spell can also be used to create a greasy coating on an item. If you attempt to affect an object in a creature's possession, the creature can attempt a reflex save to negate the effects. Okay. So, reflex save. And what would be your spell DC?
I don't know. Working on that.
I believe your spell DC would function off of your intelligence, correct?
Yes, which is an 18.
Okay, so for it's also a level 1 spell, which I think would add 1 to it, and I'll again check this another time. Well, hold on. Let's figure this out so we know. Okay. Saving throw. Your class is spell section. Okay. So I shouldn't have gone there. I should have gone straight for Technomancer. We'll figure this out.
Sorry, y'all.
No, it's all good.
Difficulty? Yeah, it's okay. Difficulty class for a saving throw against your spell is 10 plus a spell's level plus your intelligence. So yes, it would be DC 15 for your level 1 spell.
Okay.
DC 15. What is my reflex? What is my reflex? Oh, there it is. Meet to beat, and that is a 15 save. Just barely
rough.
is able to hold onto the canister.
So it looks like Orion attempts to cover the canister in like a frictionless barrier made out of hard light. But they're just really good at pinching regardless and kind of dispels through it.
Also, I'm going to be very generous about this. One, because I again need to check the rules, but two, because I want to be kind to my players. I'm going to have you take a 5-foot step back, a guarded step back, so that you can cast it without an attack of opportunity.
Right. Attacks of opportunity from spells now. Yes.
Yes. So that will
And
be
then
important for spells.
Quote, guarded step is a 5-foot movement that doesn't provoke attacks of opportunity.
Yeah. A guarded step unthreatens your square and allows you to move 1 square. It also means you can't move. You can't use your move action for any other kind of movement. Like, that is it for movement.
Right. Okay.
And it is a swift action, so it doesn't impact your standard and your move action.
The guarded
So you
step
did
is
that.
swift, and then your movement is reduced to only 1 square.
Correct.
Got it. Okay. Perfect.
So she is going to keep hold of her canister and step forward, doing as her masters have told her, and take a backswing on you with her greasy, her slick canister.
Please no.
And that's gonna be a 28.
Yep.
I'm rolling really well. Less well for that, but that is 7 bludgeoning damage exactly.
And I am exactly put down.
Yes, and you are unconscious and dying. You are unstable. So, off to the other goblins' turns. That one is grabbing a 3rd rate, and that one is going to fire wildly again. That's going to be 3 against Soriall and a 10 against Spoog for kinetic armor class.
No, sorry.
Pew, pew.
No.
Just wild bullets, distracting, giving cover fire, basically. Big Bear, you got 15 feet in between you and Granny. Uh-oh, Big Bear, you there?
I thought I wasn't muted. I was muted. Okay. I'm going to charge. But I have ferocious charge, which means I don't gain any of the penalties to a charge.
Heck yeah.
So yeah, I'm just gonna charge forward right there.
Okay, and you are behind her, so I consider that flanking.
So I get a
+2 until further notice.
+2 until further notice. Okay. I don't even know what this would look like. Or I mean, no one, everyone is facing the other way, so no one would really see it, or maybe for bystanders, right? So I really don't know how I would describe this, but he's gonna go for his entropic strike. He's gonna wind back with his clawed hand and go for his entropic strike. So this +2. No full attack. Okay. So it is... I am gonna designate it as just acid.
Okay.
So
So 20 to energy armor class.
again, not entirely sure what an entropic strike looks like, or what it would look like. Maybe he gets some sort of, like, energy field around his clawed hand as this force goes through. But again, I don't know really how to describe attacking someone with the force of entropy.
Let me see if I can't fix that. You strike forward, and there is a blast and a deep rumble as you slash into the backside of the junk bot, of the Gram bot, dealing 4 acid damage.
I can designate it to be acid, bludgeoning, or both. But I'm choosing to designate the full 4 as acid.
Right.
And
You strike into it. Sparks are flying. Its limbs are glitching, and it is, fearless and still completing its duty, but it is, it is struggling.
if I turn my head and I see Soriall, taking cover, telepathically, I'll just say, before I end my turn, because that is my turn, I'll just say,
Orion is down. We must remove the bot.
and then turn over. Because charge, talk, attack, boom.
Soriall, you hear from behind you this low snap. And you look behind as Bear gets in your head and says that, and you see a hardly functioning bot in front of you. Or I guess behind you at this point.
Are you also muted?
Whoops, sorry.
Should
Yep,
I be?
I am. I was. Sorry.
That's okay. We'll figure it out.
So here's a question.
Mhm.
I have stabilize as a cantrip. Is that going to work on a hologram?
So I am affected by healing magic.
Okay,
Add
so that would be a
reduced
yes.
rate.
Okay, so I hear this,
Thank you, Alantes.
and I'm going to dash over 25 feet. I think I can get there. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to come up at an angle here just so that I don't move out of their space as I move up to Orion. And I will go ahead and cast Stabilize.
Because we're all learning, do cantrips incur attacks of opportunity? Would you want to move here to be out of range?
Yes, you would.
Okay. I
what is your
was not
speed?
aware of this rule. Okay. My speed is 30, so I can make it up to there, I think.
Oh,
Oh yeah, you could easily.
hold on. I think I forgot to do the thing. 1 second. Measurement. That one. That's the one I want. Okay, remeasure. Okay, now it's doing what I want. Five, 15, 20, 25.
Ooh.
That's 35 up there.
Oh, are these not... They're 10 each? They're not 5 each?
They alternate 5 and 10 to get it closer to physical reality, but also still gamified.
Okay. Let me backtrack
So this
then.
is 30 feet right here.
Okay. So, yeah, I did not know the rule about spells provoking attacks of opportunity. If you
Yes,
will
you-
let me rewind just a little bit.
Oh my god, absolutely. Everyone
Okay.
has this for probably the first 10 or so sessions,
Okay.
because we're all learning.
Then what I'm gonna do is only advance this far. I'm gonna go to there. And then I'm going to close my eyes and reach out, and it almost looks like I'm opening a cupboard, almost like miming turning a knob or something like that. And then I reach, and my hand is covered with light, but it's also like refracting the surface of everything that's around, so it's kind of just this distorted image that is moving. And I'm going to hurl a chronosphere at our little junkbot friend.
Lovely. Standard action, instantaneous one creature, level 1. Okay. Attack 21. Make a ranged attack roll against target's EAC. That absolutely hits.
Okay.
Creature hit by the sphere takes penalties to AC reflex saves and speed that lasts until the end of your next turn.
But only one of those counts because we're first level. So I get to do 1d12 force damage, and there is a 5-foot penalty to speed.
Okay. 1d12 force damage and 5-foot penalty to speed. Do your 1d12. 7. Soriall, tell me how the chronosphere interacts with the junk bot, destroying it.
Okay. So, I said that the light was kind of looked like it was reflecting or refracting kind of what was around. So the sphere hits the junk bot, and when it does, that light sort of goes all the way around it. But instead of like reflecting the surroundings, what anybody who's looking will see is like a bunch of stuttered images of the junk bot in different positions, different moves.
Ooh.
Almost like you're seeing this collection of possibilities all branching off from each other just for a split second, so everything just kind of goes and then the junk bot just collapses to the ground.
I love that. Spoog.
Spoog will run down to this spot on the train. Oh, here on the train. And take another shot at one of the goblins down here. The one that he can see. I imagine I can't see this one standing right here at the end of it. I probably know he's there by line of sight, so I'm going to shoot at the one out here.
Yeah. Go ahead and take your shot. 23 is absolutely going to hit.
Yo, our boy Spoog with the consistent 1 and 2s. Let's go, buddy.
Even a 21 would still hit.
Yeah, it's a -1 penalty for it.
You strike it, and your not quite brethren calls out in pain as he holds up his own semi-auto pistol to you. Orion, you are currently dying.
Correct.
You can spend a quarter of your resolve, rounded down, so still 1, to stop dying.
I will.
Wonderful.
I'm at 4.
No more dying.
And that's the whole turn, right?
Yes, that is the end
Okay.
of your turn. The goblins. This goblin in the back is going to call out in Goblin. And this one is going to get onto his junk cycle. And the two of them begin to make their way into this alleyway. Big Bear.
So, how many crates did they take with them? I don't think I saw it happen. I just want for my like out of game knowledge.
Out of game knowledge, the one that was able to do this stacked up 3 crates onto his junk cycle.
Okay, and I imagine where I'm standing now, I probably see them take off.
Correct.
So our haul was 50, and we've lost 3.
Your haul was
Technically
50 plus
51.
1.
Yeah.
Well, that one
So
was
we've lost
for our
2.
personal use.
Yeah.
That one, they didn't take one of our crates. I made sure to put that one at the front.
Okay, so if I see them taking off, like I know, as much as Big Bear wants to stop them, he also knows he's not going to be able to chase after them. I'm gonna walk up. I'm going to pick up Orion, and I'm just gonna place him into the rig.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I'm just going to... Yeah, I mean, I guess I will, that'll be my turn. I don't really have much to do. Guys, I punch people.
Soriall.
Okay, so there's a little bit of math involved here. So Soriall knows that Orion is down. We've got 1 dead goblin. 2 have already scooted around that corner. And Soriall knows she doesn't have a whole lot of speed necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
So she says, I think 3 crates missing is within mission parameters. And then she is going to come over here and kind of move, tap on Bear to move a little bit and hop in here. And now I will do stabilize.
Okay. Spoog, you care to do anything?
No. Spoog, if I'm still constrained by movement, then no, but if not, Spoog would definitely, run back and just make sure that they only got 3, or our count was right.
Okay. Movement is still involved.
Yeah.
Okay. Orion, if you wish to do that now, you may spend a second resolve point to regain 1 hit point.
I will.
Wonderful.
Blinking a bit, they'll sit up. Quickly look around, try to frantically point their pistol around.
Mm-hmm.
And I assume realize that they've been moved.
You wake up to the large snout of a bear in your face.
Oh, okay, hi. That was a bit embarrassing.
Okay. In that case, the 2 other goblins in their junk carts rush off down the dark alleyways. Ooh, I think Jumpgate needs a little extra work. That certainly is bugged. But yeah, they are out of initiative, as are the rest of you.
I would like to, if there's any, because you never know when they might be coming in handy. Even though he's hurt, I do want to scoop up any remaining petrol canisters and then hop back into the rigging.
Okay.
And Spoog's gonna go down to the end here and just hang out for the rest of the trip. He'll hang out down here instead of up there in the front, just to make sure nothing else sneaks up on us until we get there.
You know what?
Honestly, that's a great idea.
That's so fair.
Can Soriall do the same, just like here at the front?
Sure.
Great. Good call. Good call.
As Sorial passes, all they hear is, grumbling and, "Your home hurts, Sorial."
To be fair, it wasn't my home doing that.
Well, the people here hurt. And then we'll turn his telepathic voice to Orion and say, "Are you good to keep moving the cart?"
Orion just kind of blinks a couple times. Yeah, I can pretty easily.
Good.
I can shut the pain off. I'm okay.
Let us get off this planet.
Soriall, before we move, Soriall says to Bear, "I know you just got into the truck, but we should bring that bot with us." Because maybe we can find out who sent it.
If you deem it necessary, we shall take it. I picked
I
up its
do.
canisters. You never know when petrol will come in handy. I'll
Okay,
leap back
there-
out, grab the Grambot, and just chuck it into the cart.
There are 6 petrol canisters along with Granny.
Wonderful. Gonna put in my inventory petrol canisters.
Now that
You can
it's
ma-
calmed
you can
down,
make them-
does the bot look
Oh, yeah.
goblet of make? Since they mentioned it, does it look like it was given to them to do the hit?
Skills. Give me an engineering check.
That's a good one.
Hey,
And a mid roll, but 18 total.
18. It doesn't look particularly goblin made. It looks like a... Well, it's hard to say that there's a standard, but it was probably just redirected by the goblins found in a junk pile somewhere.
I mean, we could look into it, but it doesn't look like it's great make. Probably just booted it, honestly, guys.
Oh, I was just curious if we could hack into it and find commands or something. And you never know when we might need a granny bot.
I'm not gonna ruin your fun.
perhaps we sell for scrap.
That too.
Okay. I will let you know for our 2 injured individuals on the team. Okay. You can regain all your stamina points by spending 1 resolve point and taking 10 uninterrupted minutes of rest. After a full night's rest, 8 hours of sleep or more, you also regain your stamina points automatically. As for hit points, with a full night's rest, you recover 1 hit point per character level. If you undergo complete bed rest for 24 hours, you recover 2 hit points per character level. I will probably be taking from my other game and adding that if you have a positive Constitution modifier, you can add that on as well.
Cool. I am a big tank, or meant to be. If the ride back isn't anything bumpy, I would like to spend that resolve point and the however long just sitting here to get my stamina back.
Yes, that will work. So you'll be at 1 resolve and a full 10 stamina.
Wonderful.
I'd like to do the same.
Okay, if you are going to do that, either someone else needs to drive or you're going to be parked on the side of the road for a while.
Shit, that is true.
I can
know-
send. I'm all the way back in the back, but Spoog has the drone. I can send back up there.
The drone is going to drive?
Yeah, it has a good piloting skill. I mean,
Shit,
it can
let's go.
do tasks on its own, so it can drive.
Okay, so Orion
Watching
is
the
passenger
drone take
to the
over,
little itty bitty drone.
Yeah, Ryan just
Let's go.
with
It's
the-
got-
the
it's got,
keys
like-
beat up.
No mouth, it just sort of looks over at you and then looks back to the road and starts driving. So you may do so as well. Regain your 5 stamina and lose a resolve.
Lose or gain? Lose one?
Lose. You spend
Got it.
a resolve. And you make your way back to the ship. Which, hold on. Which we will continue from in the next session.
Woohoo!
Nice.
Ooh, everyone survived.
We
Everyone
live by
survived.
the skin of our teeth.
I wasn't so sure there for a second.
Yeah, it got
was
a little
actually
dicey.
That was actually dicey, yeah.
Got a
Dicey?
tiny
get a
bit
lot of-
dicey.
Dicey in a dice game?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
That was on
I did-
purpose.
I did get very lucky with my rolls for that one.
Yeah,
But-
okay.
Thank you all for joining me, and I hope you will still be here with me in 2 weeks.
No, I'm actually leaving. This
Yay!
was my last one.
Ah,
No. This is fun. I'm so excited to continue.
good.
Recording purposes and the internet wise, do you have any outro you'd like to do?
Oh, I haven't made an outro for myself yet.
On the spot. Go, go. Peer pressure.
On the spot. Goodbye.
All right. That works. Goodbye, internet.
Woo!